What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and we are just 15 days, 21 hours, and 55 minutes away from the hard fork on Flux that is going to move the platform from, I guess, proof of work, straight up GPU mining to proof of stake. Now, supposedly it's not 100% proof of stake. It's more like, I don't really know. If I come into here, it's looking like someone came up with a new word called PON. I don't know what PON stands for. I've been trying to reference and find it. I don't know where it is, but I imagine it's somewhere. But I don't know what it stands for. It's proof of node, proof of network. I'm not 100% sure. But I also see coming into Retro Mike, he has a post here that points out Flux isn't going POS. Miners may not understand the difference, and I'm hearing a lot of people say if it's not proof of work, then it's POS. So this is false. You aren't staking to a validator, but instead it's more like a masternode style where you lock up collateral and run a service. So the point here is, as most miners, we don't really care how the service works. The point is you have to buy coins, lock them up. To a miner, that's proof of stake. You're no longer proof of work, so you're staking your coins. You're holding coins. You're running a node. It doesn't really matter. We don't really care. The point is, it's not proof of work. So that's all miners really care about. So whether you're staking to a master node or staking like Ethereum or something, miners don't care. It's all the same crap to us. We don't need the technical know-how here. That's what in mind. But in theory, Retro Mike is 100% right. It's not 100% proof of stake because it's working differently. Here we can see Hawk says, what's the difference between them and ETH then? And here's the analogy of what it means. So ETH uses a POS validator model. You delegate your stake to a validator node. You're putting your trust in someone else, relying on them to be a good actor. And if they get slashed, so do your rewards. So, that's the way proof of stake and Ethereum and stuff is working. And Flux, you still have to use some type of hardware because you're running your own node on your own computer. So in my mind, it's still proof of stake. You got to buy coins, you got to lock them up in a node, and you got to run the node from whether, you're doing it in the cloud, or maybe you're doing it at a hosting location, or maybe you're doing it in your own house. But the point is, you're running a node with coins that you have to have in your wallet and things like that. So in our minds, that's kind of like proof of stake. Now, because this is almost seeming like they want to move to a cloud computing, AI, whatever they want to do out there, host websites and all these things there. This is more like a decentralized cloud computing. Now, also when it comes to crypto mining, whenever we hear cloud computing, we think scam. Now, we're not putting those words with Flux at all, but in theory, this is kind of what's going on, is like a decentralized cloud computing platform in a way. I'm not 100% sure how it works, but Red Panda Mining here sums it all up. Whether it's proof of work, POS, all this stuff, PON, nobody cares. Here's an announcement, October 8th. Something big is about to happen in the Flux ecosystem, a major upgrade that redefines how our network maintains security and delivers performance. We are about to enter the era of proof of useful work version 2. So, if they're calling it PON, maybe they should call it proof of useful N, whatever the N's that, proof of useful node. I don't know, because we're not really working anymore. It's more like idle compute something. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but as miners and proof of work miners, which Flux always used to promote 100%, there will never be a day I'm not paraphrasing. I don't know the exact words, but in a nutshell, I remember a few years back when Ethereum was moving to POS and stuff, Flux was promoting there will never be a day that Flux will move away from proof of work. They'll never become proof of stake, and they'll never be this. They'll always be 100% GPU mineable proof of work. And now here we are, 3-4 years later, they're moving to proof of stake. Okay, all right, thanks guys. But I know a lot of people aren't going to like this video, and I'm not getting everything 100% accurate because there's other things going on, like we saw Retro Mike telling the difference there, and you still need some hardware to run the node and stuff. But I'm just coming from a pure GPU mining aspect. The things they're trying to do, obviously you can't do by GPU mining, so they're changing everything over. Now, people who do have nodes, like people that are obviously holding the coin, got nodes running, your yields in theory, I think, are going to go up a decent amount, because now the emissions are getting taken away from the proof of work GPU side, and all the pools are going to have to shut down, and all those emissions should be going to the node side, I think, unless they decide to do a halving and cut that out completely. I have no idea. Halving seem to wreck coins these days, and they have to move the proof of stake. If we look at the security security of Flux right now, there's only about 1.13 megasouls online. That's about 10,500 RTX 3080s. Now that's 3080s worth of hash rate. That's not very many GPUs if you're thinking worldwide of, you know, a cryptocurrency. So their security is pretty low, and, you know, they got to do something because they're getting very prime for easy attacks to happen on the proof of work side of things. Now, the node side could be doing a bunch of validation stuff, and, you know, it's kind of like Raptorium and smart nodes. You have to control, you know, most of the hash rate as well as most of the nodes in order to attack a coin like Raptorium. Whether if that's how it's working here, I'm not 100% sure, but, you know, in a few days, 15 days here, it's not going to matter because this will all be gone completely. The hard fork will come in and it will be nodes only. One more thing I do want to point out, and I don't know if this is fixed or not yet, as of October 2nd, it looks like the official Run on Flux account was compromised. So be very careful there. I don't like, if this is fixed, there's confirmation that's fixed and it's okay now, but just be careful for anything that this does say. Remember, at Run on Flux, be very careful because who knows? Obviously, we see here contract address and all this. These are Ethereum addresses, so nothing to do with Flux. So just, oh, this is launched on BNB chain. So here we can see on BNB. So, you know, obviously Flux is not BNB. So just be very careful for scams and stuff. I wanted to throw that in there. Be very careful. Whether this is fixed or not, I don't know yet, but just have the urge of caution that Run on Flux may be posting some weird stuff. Again, this was back on October 2nd, so whether it's still there or not, it's the 9th right now at the time of recording. Has it been resolved? Has it not? Sometimes these things could take quite some time, so I just want to get the word out that this is happening for this account, or at least did happen. That pretty much does wrap this up, but I want to end it with this. I think it's kind of funny. If cars were crypto, Flux would be the Cybertruck. Futuristic, versatile, built to carry weight, used to build. Does it run on gas? No, it run on Flux, which is compromised, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But look at this. Look at this truck.
Flux.
Proof of work.
The Tesla
POW,
Cybertruck of blockchain.
carrying the node.
You don't buy it to
That's
cruise.
not the case. This
Use
makes
it
perfect sense, actually. The truck is about to drive off the cliff, and it is over. Well, the nodes are still up here. So proof of work. Woo! See you later. They should have added that into there.
Flux.
Maybe. Oh, did it blow up at the end? Oh, is this foreshadowing the network?
Flux.
Boom! It exploded.
The Tesla Cybertruck of blockchain.
But I think it's kind of funny that they have a proof of work truck here pulling the nodes when this truck is about to explode and we're only going to have nodes. So it's a nice analogy of what's about to happen with Flux. Anyway, guys, so that pretty much does wrap this up. Now, don't get me wrong. I am coming at this as a frustrated GPU miner, and in theory, GPU mining has just been rough since F did move to proof of stake. There is no profits anywhere. People are transitioning, coins are transitioning, everyone's transitioning to different things. I really hope Flux long-term does well. They are doing next level stuff, which, you know, is game changing in terms of crypto and stuff. It just sucks that it's moving away from the whole proof of work side of things. So, you know, long-term, hopefully Flux does amazing, does great stuff here. But, you know, on the proof of work side of things and as a miner, this really sucks. And it's just another hit to another coin, and more GPUs gonna have to spread around to other coins to increase the hash rate even more, or shut down and things like that. So it is rough for GPU miners right now. All the best of luck to Flux. Hopefully things go well. I know I stay away from anything that has to buy coins and stuff at that point. So obviously be tracking the price and see if anything goes up or not. But from this point forward, you know, I won't really be looking into it too often anymore. It's time to look at some other coins that may take the spot of Flux currently for our GPUs and stuff. But anyway, do you guys have Flux bags? Are you planning and anticipating this whole move forward for Flux? What are your plans if you're currently mining Flux with your hardware? And, you know, what does the future look like for our farms, seeing how it's been just so rough for the past 4 years now, guys? Thank you for watching this. Hit that subscribe button. I will see you on the next one. Rabid out.